Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations, where we have exorcised Dahlia from Maya. She's now been hopefully taken away to be treated. However, it seems that they want her to testify in the future, so I don't know how they're going to manage to rouse her from that. She must be exhausted after all she's been through. But first of all, as we went to a recess in between, Iris wishes to speak to us.
I'm truly sorry about everything. You were working so hard to defend me. I was missing all day and we didn't even have a chance to talk.
She's right. When I met Iris at the training hall yesterday, they had already switched places, and Iris was inside the sacred cavern.
I wanted to at least be in the defendant's box today to root you on.
Well, it wasn't your fault. You were locked up this whole time. There's something more important than that, though. I have to ask you. Why did you help your sister out as much as you did?
Huh?
If you had tried to get help at the sacred cavern yesterday, you wouldn't have spent an entire day locked up in there.
My sister. I felt sorry for her. She was abandoned by her mother and never got any love from her father either.
Yes, but it was the same for you too, wasn't it?
Yes, but at least I had Sister Bikini, who was like a mother to me. If only Dahlia had come with me to Hazakura Temple. I always loved her. Dahlia was always so smart, so strong. She never complained about a thing. That's why I promised her that I would help her.
Are you talking about the fake kidnapping case 11 years ago?
Yes. I wanted to be useful to her in some way. But as usual, I was too cowardly. At the last minute, I ran away. Because of that. Dahlia's stepsister Valerie ended up...
And that was the case that wounded Mia so badly.
But things didn't end there, of course. Some people suspected that my sister was involved in the murder.
Some people? You must mean...
Yes, 2 defense attorneys. Mia Fey and Diego Armando. After poisoning Mr. Armando, who was getting too close to learning the truth, Dahlia even tried to kill the person who had unknowingly hid the poison for her. You.
That's right. Iris, there's one more thing that I have to ask you.
Yes? What is it?
On the night of the murder, the person that cleaned up the corpse of the victim, Olizandri, was it really you?
Yes, it was me. That night, after I rang the lights out bell, I went back to my room. At around 10:30, I received a call on my cell phone.
There's a problem. Come to the inner temple right away.
I got on the snowmobile headed for the inner temple. But...
the path to the inner temple was cut off, right?
Exactly. We can't just leave the body here. So you've got to do this exactly as I say, got it?
I just noticed the sword staff was in her hand. Of course it was. Of course the jewel got left on the other side, but it looked more pointy than the staff.
It was me. I was the one that received her body. The murder weapon had been left in her body so she wouldn't bleed too much.
Aha, so it was literally jammed in.
The staff that Mr. Glees had always held.
I knew it. So the actual murder weapon was the staff.
Yes, that's right. I brought the body back to Hazakura Temple on the snowmobile.
But why? Why did you alter the body?
I didn't want anyone to know that the staff was the murder weapon. I didn't want to leave anything that would lead back to Misty Faye. So I dressed her in a robe and stabbed her with a shichishito. I wiped the blood off the staff's blade and left it next to her on the ground.
Iris, just tell me one last thing. Tell me the name of the person that called your cell phone. The real killer.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I can't do it. I can't say who did it.
I see. Why not? Defendant?
Yes?
The judge is calling you. He wants you to see you in his chambers. He has some questions about Dahlia Hawthorne.
All right. Well then, I'll see you later. There's something I want to tell you.
Oh, okay. Something she wants to tell me? So it's true. Iris cooperated with the real killer. Maybe even from the very beginning.
Phoenix.
Mia! How is Mia doing?
Physically, I'm not worried. She'll recover completely. But emotionally, she's been hurt very badly by this case.
I see. You don't mean she's learned who Elise Donim really was?
Yes. I went to the medical office and talked with her. I told her everything I knew.
But why?
Mia is stronger than you think. I knew she could take it.
All of it. I'm not sure she needs that shock right after things, to be honest. To be perfectly honest. But I guess it's better to tell. Really. What do you mean by that?
I want you to figure that answer out by yourself. The trial is about to restart. The real killer. Do you know who it is yet?
Iris wouldn't tell me who called her, but still. I think that just maybe I know who it was. Couldn't we channel the spirit of the deceased? Couldn't we just do that at this point in time? Couldn't Maya just do that? That night, the victim was killed in the garden of the inner temple. And the criminal wasn't just there by accident. Which means that the killer knew of Dahlia's plan from the very beginning.
And one more thing. The victim was moved to the Hazakura temple site by pendulum. In other words, the criminal couldn't cross the bridge. That means they were stuck on the inner temple site for almost an entire day.
Exactly. So the culprit was someone that wasn't in Hazakura temple the following day.
That's as much help as I can give you. The rest of the battle is yours to win. Or lose.
Okay, I've got it. Thank you, Mia. I'm pretty much... that's just saying... someone who was... conspicuous by absence. After all, there wasn't just a defendant that couldn't make the case. And there was someone we only saw on one side. When you think about it, and because he was just brought up as Diego Armando, it can only be someone really woven into this case's fabric. Thank you, Mia. Finally, it's almost time to bring this case to an end. What exactly did Maya see anyway? And who was it that actually killed Misty Faye? Whoever it was, I have to prove it. Me. All by myself. That's how it should be. I wouldn't say Mia helped us so much. She was just there to face her arch enemy. And so now we look for the real killer. Not Dahlia Hawthorne. But quite possibly, considering everything this trilogy's been building up to, or everything this game's been built up to, the man right in front of us. Now then, before we proceed any further, I'm going to announce the results of the test we had performed earlier. Tests? Yes, tests. On the bloody dagger that was found stuck in the pine tree. Oh yeah, that! Totally forgot about it. That's the weapon that Maya Faye used when she fought with the victim. So what are the results? Was it the victim's blood, or... Due to time constraints, the full test wasn't possible. However, there's one thing we can say with certainty. The blood that was on this dagger was not the victim's blood. That is all. Now then, let's restart this trial.
So it wasn't Misty's blood on the dagger. Then whose was it?
Alright, the dagger's updated. I'm sure both the defense and the prosecution know this, but this trial is rapidly coming to a close. Both sides will need to show some firm evidence with their claims.
I understand, Your Honor.
From what I've heard, the witness is dangerously weak, physically speaking. So let's finish this quickly.
Agreed.
Very well. Please bring in the last witness. Witness, please tell us your name and profession.
Mayor Fay. My profession is, I'm the assistant manager at Wright & Co. Law Offices. Mayor.
According to the magazine I have here, you're a spirit medium of the Crane channeling technique.
I'm frightened. The Fay clan. I don't want any more to do with it. Oh, Mayor. The pain the Fay bloodline causes must be unbearable.
Very well. Now then, Miss Fay. When the event occurred, you were in the garden of the Inner Temple. And you witnessed the moment of Miss Elise Donim's murder. Is this correct?
I didn't see
Objection.
any...
Straighten up this instant, young lady.
Huh?
Pick your head up and speak clearly. There's always time for crying later.
But I...
Your mother was killed right in front of your eyes. There's nothing you can do to change that fact. But there's something you can do. You can finish this. You've been watching the whole thing, right? You've seen the witnesses come out, and you've seen us squeeze the truth out of them. Now it's your turn. Let's hear your testimony.
On the night of the crime...
Oh, not Mayor. On the night of the crime. What exactly did you see happen? Read the name first. Witness, if you please.
Yes, Your Honor.
I wouldn't want to testify. I'd be completely reluctant to.
I was passing through the garden on the way to a spare prep room when it happened. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. I stumbled and ended up against a stone lantern. I think I screamed, "Help me!" And something warm splashed over me. That's when I lost consciousness.
Oh, lush. Her mother's blood. All over. So you were struck on the head. I suppose it must have been this staff.
Mayor, the person who hit you. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? I'm sorry, Nick. I couldn't see. I don't know who it was.
Mayor, think hard.
Sorry, Nick, but I really couldn't.
Ha! Can't say it was an especially good night for young ladies to be walking around alone. It seems that it'll be hard to determine the criminal through testimony alone. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination.
Mayor,
hang in there. She doesn't look well at all.
I was passing through the garden on the way to a spare prep room when it happened.
Hold it!
Spare prep room? Who else was on the Inner Temple side that night? Well, Sister Bikini, of course. But I remember her saying that Iris would be coming later as well. On the day after the incident, Edgeworth met Bikini at Hazakura Temple. That means she couldn't be the criminal. So then, did Iris actually come later like she said? Well, let me think.
She seems confused. It's probably because she's so tired.
No, I'm sure I didn't see her. She must have come while I was preparing for the training. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head.
Hold it!
Who did it? Who hit you?
Well, I didn't see who it was. I was hit from behind.
You didn't see the person? But after that, your attacker was in front of you. How could you not see who it was?
Oh, let me think for a sec. I'm sorry, I just can't remember.
Maya's really having a hard time. What should I do? Leave her alone or press her harder? If she doesn't know who it was, she doesn't know who it was. But these are usually the bits where we can get statements for. If she knew who it was, she'd tell us. I can always come back to it. Considering the conditions of the crime scene, it's not surprising she didn't see her attacker. Wasn't it dark after all? Ha! So it looks like even you've got some compassion. Judging by the testimony thus far, the identity of the attacker was most likely the spirit that was channeled by Elise Donim, Dahlia Hawthorne. Very well. Please continue your testimony. What happened after you were struck on the head?
I stumbled and ended up against a stone lantern.
Hold it!
What happened afterwards?
My attacker was in front of me, blocking off my escape, I think.
You think?
After getting hit like that, I was in a state of panic. There were only two things rolling around in my mind at the time.
Well now, this is beginning to get interesting. So what were the two things rolling around in your mind?
My name is Maya Fay. 1 + 1 = 2.
That's Maya.
You see, for some crazy reason, I was afraid I was going to lose my memory. I know it's odd considering my life was in danger, but that's how it was.
That's not odd at all. Your actions are understandable given the circumstances. So, what did you do then?
I think I screamed, "Help me!"
Hold it!
You think you screamed, but you're not sure?
Listen, I was a complete wreck. It was dark and I couldn't see my attacker. Was it a man, a woman, an adult, a child? I had no idea. I was scared out of my wits.
Believe me, my dear, I'm certain I would have soiled my robes.
I thought this person might attack me, so I... Anyway, I'm pretty sure I screamed. I thought it was my last hope.
Wow, sounds like poor little Maya really was out of her mind.
But I wonder what she meant by last hope.
What do I do? Do I press her for more details? What was your last hope then? Wait a minute, Maya. What's this my last hope stuff?
What? What do you mean by your last hope?
No. That's what you said. You said my last hope.
Huh? What? I said what?
Look, you were facing an attacker that you couldn't see and you screamed, right? You screamed, "Help me!"
Yeah.
But you testified that you screamed that because you thought it was your last hope.
Oh, well, you know, that's like... What do you call it when that happens?
Maya's not doing so well up there.
Oh, yeah, Oh, that's right. I remember now. I was facing my attacker, but that's not who I was screaming at.
What did you just say?
Yeah, that's right. It was the person behind my attacker that I was yelling at. That's who I was screaming to for help. Ah!
What is it now?
I messed up. I didn't mean to let that slip out.
Huh? Witness, are you absolutely sure of what you're saying? Behind the attacker, there was another person?
I am. Well, I meant to keep that part a secret.
Why?
What have I done?
Ha! It takes a ton of pressure to make a diamond. That's what I always say. That's just what facts are.
A ton of pressure.
You're in a court of law here. You can't make things up to trying to hide things in this chamber. Witness, the information you just presented is vital to the case. I want you to add it to your testimony. Indeed.
I can see a man behind my attacker by the light of the stone lantern.
A man.
Hold it!
A man? Who was this man?
Well, you see, I couldn't see.
You couldn't see? She's used this excuse twice now.
Well, you know, lantern light isn't very bright.
Lantern light, did you say?
There's a great big stone lantern in the garden. They always light it when an acolyte is there for training. Hey, you know what they say, under the lantern, darkness reigns. So I could see the person that was further away, but not my attacker, who was closer. Plus, there weren't any other light sources in the garden at the time.
Right. This is probably my statement because I opened up another one. However, doesn't that, like, cast things in doubt a little bit in terms of the events? More to the point, the fact that this wasn't even lit during the night of the crime. So I think we found our point here. Very muchly. Present that to that statement is what we're going to do, but we're going to do that next episode. I don't know why May is defending this person. With it being supposedly a man, that really limits the amount of people that we could ever accuse here. I mean, look at our rogues gallery here. Not many men. We know Larice was on the other side because we saw the bridge. We know Gumshoe was on the other side because, you know. We know Edgeworth was on the other side because he wasn't in the country just yet. It just leaves one person. And one person only. By process of elimination, we have our killer. But how do we get? And why did he do it? Just to take revenge on Dahlia for his poisoning? It's crazy enough as is. Just to take revenge for, like, he seems to have a grudge against me because of Mia? I can't say I understand his motives. But I guess we'll find them next time. I'll see ya. Bye-bye.